Welcome to Real Food, and today I've got a very unusual box. It's a box full of live sprouted plants, and these are all for eating, for salads. I ordered this box from a company called Mini Crops. It's a company that's based near London, and they deliver these beautiful look at that, these beautiful sprouts, and there's a very good variety. I know many shops now do sell sprouts like this in small boxes, but they only sell like one or two varieties, and this company delivers this whole selection. I mean, on their website you can see lots of different boxes, large and small, so they deliver these really amazing crops. The reason why I wanted to try these different types of sprouted salads and plants is because they actually they all taste very, very different, and I know some of you probably never even tried, and if you did try, you probably tried just one or two varieties, and they actually do taste very, very differently. Some are more peppery, others are less peppery, some even taste like cucumber. These, for example, I tried one already. Others have a bit of a mustard type of sort of kind of taste in them, and some of you may not like mustard. So I think it will be useful if I do try different types of sprouts and I tell you what they're like, what they taste like. Also, I'll mention that although this is a London-based company, I think they might be able to deliver throughout United Kingdom, because this box arrived using a courier called DPD. And I know that DPD delivers all over UK, so they might be able to deliver to you anywhere in the UK, not just in London. Okay, so I just moved this box into shade because they've already lived in this box for a couple of days, so I don't want them to suffer even more. Another thing I'm going to mention is that this box is really well designed for transportation. So when it's closed, and these were shorter, these have grown in the last couple of days actually, before I started shooting them. So this box arrived a couple of days ago, and it all was in very good condition. So as you can see, if you close it, it just all fits perfectly, and they've got a little bit of water in there which doesn't drip, so I've sprayed them now to rejuvenate them a little bit. So I think it's a really good idea. And another reason why I decided to buy these is because I also like growing my own herbs and plants. So I've got some of these, I've got thyme growing here in this planter, and I've got oregano, and I've got these lavenders here. So that's why I thought I really want to see all these crops, because some of them, if I don't eat them, I might plant them. so there's this multi-purpose situation, and hopefully it will be very useful for you too, and you'll find this review very useful. So okay, now I'm going to try some of these individual sprouts, and the first one I'm going to try is this one. It looks like it's not in a very good condition, but it did actually arrive in very good condition. I kept this box for several days now, and I just didn't give it enough water, but it was in perfect condition. So I think I'm going to eat this one first, because it's kind of outlived its little box in there. So and this box is they say it's radish. So these are sprouted seeds of radish, and I think I'm going to see if it actually does taste like radish. So I'm going to take some of these, and I'm going to try. Yes, they do actually taste like radish. So if you like those radishes, those small round red little vegetables, so this does give you that kind of peppery, beautiful peppery taste. So I'm going to try a few more. So I've now eaten this one, and I just noticed that I've got another radish, but it's a different variety of radish. So it does have that peppery and that tingy taste to it. So if you like that sort of thing, this is... So this one is called daikon, radish daikon. And I think the next one I'm going to try, because there's another one, and this one is radish Rioja. So this is radish that comes from perhaps that wine region in France, because we know Rioja as red wine. So I'm keen to discover whether it tastes like red wine. I suspect not, but let's have a look. Okay, I've now eaten this one, this Rioja. It still does have that nice peppery radish taste, but what I can say is that this one is definitely a bit more interesting. It's a bit more sophisticated. It has that tingy and radish kind of taste, but with the other one, it's that more familiar. This one, for example, daikon, you get that more familiar radish taste in this one, whereas in this one you still get it Rioja, but there are other also flavors in it, so it's a more interesting variety. So if you like radish, I would recommend to try both of these, because they're both wonderful. Okay, another one I want to try. I know that this one is fennel, and I've never ever tried... I know what actual fennel seeds taste like, but I've never tried sprouted fennels, so this could be a good idea for me to try. And also I think I need to try these. I think this one is wheatgrass. Let me just double check. Yes, this is wheatgrass. And normally, you know, I have had wheatgrass before. Normally it's a much bigger sprout, and it's a much harder sprout. I think this one is very, very young, and it's already grown more while it was waiting inside this box. So these young ones, they're very, very tender, they're very soft and very gentle. So so if you're used to those much bigger ones that are used for juicing, they're already quite hard and quite difficult to chew. These might be much nicer. And I'm thinking fennel could be very interesting, because I've never actually tried fennels. So this one does say, yeah, so this one is fennel. So I might want to try fennel now, because I don't want them to die. I mean, it's already been sitting in this box for several days, and I've sprayed them with water a little bit. So I think I'm going to try, yeah, I'm going to try fennel now. I'm going to tell you if there is that distinctive fennel taste in them. Okay, I've just tried sprouted fennels, and I've still got some of it in my mouth. And you know what? These are very, very interesting, because you see the actual seed gets lifted and it sits on top of the actual sprouts, which is quite unusual, because the other ones don't do this. And I can report to you that they do have that licorice, that fennel licorice taste in them, but it's a very mild and very gentle one. So if you find the actual dried fennel seeds a bit too strong, the actual sprouts, they're more gentle. So you get general grassy and juicy flavor to it, and you've got that licorice taste in them as well. So these are very, very interesting. So for example, if you're making a dish, some kind of dish, and you want to give it just a touch of licorice, but you don't want to do it with powders or seeds, you can use these sprouts, and it will be a very beautiful touch to your salad or to your dish. So I think I'm going to eat a bit more of this one, and then I'll move on to the next. I'm actually sitting outside now, so there's a bit of wind where I've got some of my own herbs and plants growing. It's a really nice day, so I thought I'd do it outside for a change. So I've now tried a bit more of this fennel, and I think I'm going to keep it for later, because this really does taste more like spice. So I could use small quantities of this to spice up my salads or rice, for example, or something else. Another one I already tried a little, and I thought it was a very interesting taste, is this one. It says borage. So borage can potentially grow into much larger plant. But when I tried this one when it arrived, I think there was one broken, so I tried it quickly. It actually tasted like a cucumber. That's why I was really curious. But I just want to try this again to see if my initial assessment was correct. So I'm going to try this one now. So I've got just this one. I'm going to try it. You know what? I was correct, and it does have that taste of cucumber. It's a very pleasant. You know what? It's not a very strong taste of cucumber, but it's a very beautiful, juicy. It's a cucumber with a touch of melon. It's that kind of taste, and overall texture is very pleasant. It's very gentle. It's not too chewy, and it gives that very refreshing and very nice taste. So I'm going to keep some of them for later because it tastes so delicious and so refreshing and so beautiful. So another one's, I'm going to do a review of what's going on here, because some of these I've never actually tried before in my entire life, and for some I don't even know what these things are. So this one, it says it's frills, but in brackets it says mustard. So I suspect this is a variety of mustard. So you can see there's mustard seeds in there. I've never tried this sprouted mustard before. I know what mustard tastes like, but sprouted I've never tried before. Then let's see something, maybe something unusual. Well, this one, it's Greek cress. So cress, I think we know cress. Well, this one is a Greek cress. This one is oh yeah, this one is very interesting. This one is called Cavolo Nero, and it's a type of may contain traces of mustard, and it's a type of cabbage. It's a very unusual cabbage, and interestingly, while we're out here in my terrace, Cavolo Nero, I actually planted one of those a year ago, and this year it produced a fairly large plant. Let me show you what it actually looks like when it's grown. Well, this is a fully grown Cavolo Nero plant, and you probably see these leaves sold in shops in a plastic bag. So this is the fully grown plant, and it's a type of cabbage plant, similar to kale. It's quite nice. It's very chewy. It's a very strong and very well, it's not too difficult to chew, but it's a very strong leaf. It's dark green, and this is the kind of seeds it produces. So it's very similar to broccoli. Broccoli grows in a similar way, but the leaf is very different in broccoli. I actually do have broccoli also growing in my balcony, so I can show you broccoli a little later. But I thought I'd show you the actual plant, Cavolo Nero. So they call it Nero because the leaves are so dark green, very dark green. So here we are, and this is what sprouts of Cavolo Nero look like. So I think I'm going to try a little bit just to give you an idea what it tastes like, because sprouts look like nothing compared to the fully grown plant. Look at this, fully grown plant and sprouts. Beautiful, tiny, gentle leaves, and look at this fully grown plant. So Cavolo Nero. So it's a type of cabbage. Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see what it tastes like. So I'm going to try. So I've just tried a couple of these Cavolo Nero leaves, and you do have a very gentle taste of cabbage. A very juicy and very gentle taste of cabbage. It's a mixture of kale and broccoli, that kind of kale broccoli type of taste. So they do taste like the fully grown plant, only these are very gentle and very small, and a fully grown plant has very big leaves. You know what, I might actually save some of these seedlings because I really like the look of this plant, and it takes a while for it to actually grow from seed. So I'll use some of these seedlings to actually plant more of this in my balcony, and because the leaf itself, fully grown leaf, is also very useful and very delicious. So let's see what this one is. Well, this one, it says shiso, and you see this one I've never tried, so I don't know what this is. It is a type of I think it's used in Japanese cuisine quite a lot, and I think I've seen a larger leaf, but these are sprouted, so I need to do some more research on this. And this one, let's see what this one is. Oh yeah, this one is lettuce. You see, I mean, it's nothing like lettuce we see in shops, but this is what it looks like when it's, oh yeah. Okay, let's see this interesting one. Oh yeah, look, this is another radish, and this radish is called pink stem. I think I'm going to save this one for... Okay, well no, because I've tried 3 radishes. Now, let's try this one as well. So we've now got another radish. This one's called pink stem, and you see the stem does look pink. So the other ones we tried so far are Rioja, which is, you know, I've never seen this one before. It's very interesting and very delicious. And the daikon, I guess this is the traditional radish. So, and this one is now pink stem. Well, let's try this one. I'll tell you in a minute what it tastes like. So I've now tried this pink stem, and as you can imagine, it does taste like radish. And I really like this pink stem. So I've just picked a couple of these pink stems. It's got really nice texture, it's juicy, it's pleasant, it's got that peppery taste, and it's got that radish taste. And I think of these 3 radishes I've tried, I think I like this one the most, because it's sort of in between. It's not as strong as daikon, but it's also not as rich as Rioja, so it's in between. I mean, they all have their benefits and their slight differences, but they all do share that radish taste, so there's a bit of mustard, peppery kind of taste in those sprouts. So let's see what else we've got here. We tried, yeah, this is Caballonero, which I might want to keep for a while. This one is, well, this is another one that I've never actually seen and never tried. Mizuna Red. I actually don't even know what it is. I think I need to do some research on this one before I try. This one is... Oh, Mizuna Green. So I've got these Mizunas. So I actually want to learn what these Mizunas are before I start eating them. And this one is Komatsuna. I mean, we seem to have like a variety of Japanese grasses here and herbs. Komatsuna and Mizuna, and Tatsoi. This one is called Tatsoi. Yeah, I don't know this one either. Tatsoi. Okay, interesting. I'm going to do some research before I tried eating these. Oh yeah, do I have another fennel? This looks like... No, this is not a fennel. Look, it looks like fennel, similar to fennel, but this one is actually carrot. Look at that. And carrot also has these seeds popping at the top. So, yeah, so looks can be misleading here, especially here. So I need to try that one. This one is Greek cress. I've not tried that one yet. And this one, this pale green. What is this pale green? Yeah, another Mizuna Green. So I want to do some more research about these before I eat them. I think I should try some of these wheatgrasses, because it's been sitting there and it's now growing into much larger, wheatgrass. So I'll tell you what this tender version tastes like. Okay, so I've now taken some of the wheatgrass from here, and I can report that it does taste like also larger wheatgrass. It's more tender, but it is still very, very chewy, guys. It's one of those, but there's a good reason why they use it for juicing, and they use some mechanical processing to extract the juice, because it's really juicy, yes, and it's chewy as well. Juicy and chewy. And, you know, if you've never tried wheatgrass, it's a very distinctive taste. It's got some bite to it. It's got very grassy, very green, very grassy taste. And I actually like these gentle ones, because if it grows more, the leaf becomes really difficult to chew. So if you eat it yourself, you probably need to cut it into smaller pieces, or juice it and then just drink that green, very dark green juice. So so I need to do some more research on these, but I think there's quite a lot of information already here on these Japanese sounding herbs, and I will report back with more reviews on these. But so far I'm really impressed. I really like these herbs. The box isn't very large, but it's not very small either. And you know, they charge something like £16, which actually 16 or 18 pounds, and it includes delivery. So I think overall it's a very good deal. So if you want to try all these different things, because another thing I was going to mention, it's very easy to make these sprouts yourself. You can do it yourself at practically no cost. I mean, these seeds, they're very inexpensive, and you can sprout them. There are lots of videos and instructions on how to do it. So many people do sprout them, and it has a lot of benefits because they're full of vitamins. If you sprout them yourself, you know that there are no chemicals or pesticides used. So it's just the goodness that comes out of that seed. And you use it in salad, or you eat it fresh, and you benefit from all that goodness, all the vitamins and all the juices, all those life juices that are flowing in these small seedlings. So I think there's a good reason why a lot of people like them, and I'm certainly one of them. And I'm so glad that I've been able to try all these different varieties, because some of them I can actually plant. I'm definitely going to plant this one, Cavallo Nero, because it looks so beautiful, fully grown, and you can eat the leaf, and it takes a while for it to grow from seed. So overall, really impressed, and hopefully you also liked this review. I might also add to the end of this review the website where I ordered it from, but you know the name of the company. But I don't want this video to be too long, so if the video is already very long, I'm going to wrap this review, but there will be a follow-up review where I'm going to review these Japanese sounding herbs, and there will be more information on the website where you can order it from. You can buy some of these, in fact, even from supermarkets. They sell small sprouts like this in supermarkets. In the meantime, hope you liked this review from my outdoor space, and I'll chat to you again soon.